Morning folks, Phil here from Telford Koi Pond on a gloriously sunny Sunday morning, but still a bit cold, so just thought I'd show you a bit more in the filter house. And the real reason for that is that I put a couple of videos out now on my RO system, and I also went on Gazzy's Koi Pond live on Thursday night just to try and explain a bit more, but I'm still getting questions about the inlets back into the pond, so I thought I'd just take 10 minutes just basically to show you where the readings are now, because they have improved even more, but also just to clarify the pipes. So first things first, I suppose we should look at the Blue Lab Guardian, because you can see the readings on that now are, I'm down to 170 TDS. And if you remember about 3 weeks ago, before Andy Finch came and put my RO system in, I was at 340. Temperature's 14 and pH is maintaining very stable at 7.3. So basically I've come down from 340 TDS, 7.7 pH, and my KH, which was sort of round about the 7 mark, is now at 5.3. So it's still, you know, quite a lot of buffer there if I need to. So happy days. But anyway, the biggest question is people are confused by the number of inlets I've got back into the pond. So just to try and keep this very, very simple, the drum filter obviously cleans all day, every day, never stops, blah, blah, blah. In the winter setting, it just cleans once every hour. And every one of those cleans, it flushes 1.8 litres or 1,800 millilitres down the drain. So I wanted something independent of the RO that just keeps replacing that water just for the drum and nothing else, and that's what this first return is here. So this first return, I'll just shut the door, should be a lot of shadow. Yeah, it's too dark. So the big blue is down here, as you will have seen in lots and lots of videos. And previously I just had a hose pipe coming out of here and going back into this individual unit, but now there's a T-piece, so much better pipe coming up and out and round and back into the individual unit. And obviously there's a needle valve here, so I can really adjust this very, very accurately. So that drip that you can see there, that's all I need to keep going 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, to keep replenishing the drum filter while it's on its winter cycle, and it's only cleaning once every hour. So just as a demonstration, I've just taken a sample this morning, so if you want to just, I don't know if you'll see that. So that water there, that's a minute's worth of that little trickle in. And as long as it's between those two lines, so that's between 30 millilitres and 35 millilitres a minute, that gives me more than 1.8 litres an hour. So as I say, that trickle in there, that drip, 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 that's all I need to replace the trickle in for the drum. So that's completely separate of the RO unit. Now the RO unit, obviously when it runs, which it will do in a minute, so we'll actually catch it running. But the RO unit, when it runs, the key thing to remember is it's only pond water going through the RO membranes, not fresh water at all. Nothing from the tap is going through those membranes. It's just taking pond water from the T that you will have seen in previous videos all the way around the back of the pond, and this is the pipe here. So it just comes, you know, a bit of jiggery pokery to get it to work. But the pond water, and only pond water, goes through this 24-inch pre-filter, and then it goes into the pump, which obviously pumps it through the three membrane capsules. And that without going through all this in detail, basically that one of these pipes then takes the cleaned up pond water all the way back round the drum filter, and this is where the cleaned, the recycled pond water comes out at around about 2.7-2.8 litres per minute. This one here, this works in exactly the same way for the RO system as this does. This one did, that I've just showed you, for the drum filter. So all I need this one to do is replace whatever the RO system puts down the down to waste, which is about 0.75 litres per minute for, you know, for 30 minutes. What I could have done, if we go back to the Big Blue, so all I really needed to do was take this return here, so I've teed it off, so this is for the RO system. What I could have done is just put that straight back into this individual unit. The issue with that is that would have meant, like the drum filter trickle, it's going all the while, but I only needed to replace water for the 30 minutes that the RO system's working. So I think the bit that people are confused about is that this pipe here, this white pipe, you can see that, again it runs all the way back round here. It follows the pipe, it comes up, it comes over here. What it doesn't do, it doesn't go through this pre-filter at all. All it does is come back and through this what you call it, solenoid gate, because it runs on the same timer as the RO system. So all it does basically is, because it's running on the same timer as this, it opens the gate when the RO starts working and it closes the gate when the RO stops working. So all it's doing is taking water all the way around here through that gate, and effectively then, just without going through here at all, sends it all the way back. And that's the water when it comes on in a moment. That's the water you'll see coming out here, and that's all it is. That is just replacing, not the 2.7 litres of pond water that's been returned to the pond, just replacing the 0.75 litres of pond water that's basically going to waste. And that, the one that's going to waste, measures at about 800 and something parts per million TDS, so it's really crap water. Whereas the pond water that's been recycled and comes back into here is only measuring at about 6 parts per million TDS. So hopefully that's clarified a bit. The RO trickle in, sorry, I'm getting confused myself now. The drum filter trickle in, absolutely nothing to do with the RO. It's just purified water coming through the 3-stage via through the Big Blue, back into here, just replacing whatever the drum uses. This trickle in, same principle, comes through the same big 3-stage via through the same Big Blue, teed off, and it just replaces whatever the RO puts to waste. But the only reason the pipe goes all the way back round there is to go through the gate that turns the RO on and off, so it's only running for 30 minutes every 4 hours, the same as the RO. So there you go, only pond water goes through the RO, only clean pond water comes out and back to the pond. So about 10 minutes it'll start running, so I'll come back to you once it's running and you can see what I mean. So as you can see at the moment, we're on 11:59 time wise, so as soon as that clicks over to 12 o'clock you'll see a blue light come on here and everything will sort of spring into action. So if you just wait for that to happen, I'll just, there you go. So the big noise you can hear is the gates opening there. There you go, and it's telling us it's 12 o'clock. So if I just have a look at the gauges that I've moved up here now, hoping you can see that. Just trying to get out of the light. I'm not sure you can see it or not, but apologies if you can't. But anyway, the pure water, and by pure water, that's water that's going through the RO system from the pond back into the pond, is running at 2.85-ish litres per minute, and that will run quite consistently to 2.85 litres for the whole 30 minutes this is on. RO to waste, at the moment it's running at 0.7677 sort of litres per minute, and that will run continuously to waste at roughly about that, although it does sort of improve to 0.75. And at the bottom we've got purified tap water, which you can see the numbers still moving on that one. So what happens with that is that number slightly reduces and reduces and reduces. By the end of the 30 minutes we're at roughly what that is, but overall it balances itself out so that the whatever goes down the drain is basically whatever goes down the drain, which is what it's telling us here, will balance out to what has gone down the drain there, because at 20 minutes past the hour The second timer will kick in, blue light will come on, and that will actually back flush the membranes for 1 minute, and that runs at 3.6 litres for that 1 minute. So this purified tap water here, as well as making up what's consistently going down there, it also has to make up for the 3 litres for that 1 minute clean. So it does all make sense. But just to sort of illustrate here, so you can see that in the individual unit, the trickling for the pump for the drum filter, there's no change at all. It's still just drip, 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 drip in, and that's still running at the same rate. But over here, you've got the recycled pond water, which is coming back in with a TDS of only about 6, and that's coming back in at 2.7, I can't remember what I just said, 2.78, something like that, litres per minute. And here is you've got the purified tap water, and that's only purified through the big blue and the 3-stage Viair, that only runs when the RO's running, and that purely runs to replace what's going down the drain. So hopefully all the questions that have asked why we've got 3 inlets, that will answer your questions. As I say, I'm absolutely chuffed with that. You know, to come down from 340 TDS to 170 TDS in 3 weeks and maintain sort of pH at around about the 7.3 mark is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, really pleased with that. Please watch my other videos to see the installation and how it all fits together. As I say, the only modification I've made is just moving the gauges up to sort of high level. You can see that's still running at around about 7.85, 7.87. To waste is still 3/4 of a litre per minute, and the purified tap coming in is dropping down bit by bit by bit, and eventually, as I say, it will match that, but it will have covered the 3 litres that it back flushes for 1 minute. So yeah, really pleased with it. Hopefully, if you do have any more questions, obviously feel free to ask, but hopefully that makes a lot more sense. So I've just done my pond parameter checks for the week. As you can see, I'm still using the Koi Control app. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I've thrown all my own spreadsheets and bits and pieces away. So anyway, I'll just show you my water parameters. So this is what they are at the moment. So nitrite's running at 0.099, nitrate's 0.5, ammonia 0.07, hardness GH is 170, which you will have seen in the video earlier. There's no salt in the pond. Temperature of the water is 14, pH value is 7.3 at the moment. Carbon hardness is 73 parts per million, so that roughly works out to just a tad over 4 degrees of hardness. And total chlorine's obviously 0, because the big blue's absolutely super duper in what it does. So that's where I am at the minute. I would just say, although I'm recording 170 hardness here, at the end of the last TDS session that I've just filmed, the hardness was actually down to 160, so it looks like it's dropping again, so that's brilliant. But there you go, yeah, just to show you that my winter figures are still sort of comparable to summer. You know, Teddy represents my pond, but some of you might find it interesting. Just one final thing from me. As you may or may not know, my mate Aid the Koi Keeper is in the middle of refurbishing his pond, making it bigger and better, and I've been helping him for the last couple of weekends with his pond refurb. So spent the day over there yesterday. Had a cracking day. We sorted his bottom drain ball valve problems out. We got his 2 windows in, ready for the liner to go in, and we made great headway on the pipework. So if you want to see what we got up to with Aid the Koi Keeper's build, then please pop along to his website and have a look. I'll leave the description, the link below if I can remember it. But I think that's about it for this week. I don't want to ramble on anymore. It's been a good week. You know, just still waiting for the temperatures to rise. So have fun, people, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.